is this one hind? You get Caleb on this beatbox, then it reveal you gon' slide. How bright, but Einstein. Are those pants gonna come back up? His humor's quite a handful, but I know what you like. These sins are hard to handle, thinking with Peter all night. It's the price when you're stuck getting free. Just can't stop, wanting enough, cause when you had fin pop, chaka boxed enough. That's what you waffle about. This one ain't real, they want battle to count, but he's stuck getting free. Just can't stop, wanting enough, cause when you had fin pop, chaka boxed enough. That's what you waffle about. This one ain't real, they want battle to count, but he's stuck getting free. Wins.
Casino night. You need to make his bottom five and got my bottom eyes. Like I just qualified, I'm mortified from what the authorized. They make her authorized. Nuke, this is animation. If Shock makes Ross and Shy, you're just one of his creations. You can follow his commands, but he never liked me over me. But I don't listen to him now, so how about your move for me? Tell me I can't do it like that. Somebody's got a balance. I'm the shady set against my back. So now this will be around where we act like this is panicking. Cause Mikey in a battle will as well as living fellow man. We're all totally great. I'll be the author of the video you've been horribly gay. Now you look if you're right back then no nothing remains. I'm thinking like it hasn't done. Try to copy replay.
Just can't stop, wanting enough, cause when you had fin pop, chaka boxed enough. That's what you waffle about. This one ain't real, they want battle to count, but he's stuck getting free. Just can't stop, wanting enough, cause when you had fin pop, chaka boxed enough. That's what you waffle about. This one ain't real, they want battle to count, but he's stuck getting free. Wins. Cause when you had fin pop, chaka boxed enough. That's what you waffle about. This one ain't real, they want battle to count, but he's stuck getting free. Just can't stop, wanting enough. Cause when you had fin pop, chaka boxed enough. That's what you waffle about. This one ain't real, they want battle to count, but he's stuck getting free. Wins.
Is my beatbox to like my beatbox? This is my beatbox. This is my beatbox. This is my beatbox. This is my beatbox. If you want it.
Dr. Murray got demo spot set up. Docs on docs, tell me how you ain't fed up. If you ask me how my skills this year, I'm better. Incest is win, says fellas, cause in love is your favorite. If you ask me how my skills this year, I'm better. Dr. Murray got demo spot set up. Docs on docs, tell me how you ain't fed up. If you ask me how my skills this year, I'm better. Incest is win, says fellas, cause in love is your favorite. If you ask me how my skills this year, I'm better.
Time to bleach on my see it's all I want, it's all I need. Let me see brace for a second, off the canvas, just the back of the 23. Gutter balls happen on a regular, and I'll take a strike, it's thing we'll have to see. 1 frame, 2 frame, 3 frame, 4 frame, you won't step that. Time to bleach on my see it's all I want, it's all I need. Let me see brace for a second, off the canvas, just the back of the 23. Gutter balls happen on a regular, and I'll take a strike, it's thing we'll have to see. 1 frame, 2 frame, 3 frame, 4 frame, you gonna mess up that.
Dr. Murray, who got demo spot set up. Docs on docs, tell me how you ain't fed up. If you ask me how my skills this year, I'm better. Incest is win, says fellas, cause in love is your favorite. If they down it should be legal, I hear I'm better. Really it's my set, need a dash, but I'm out
thing. Repeat at the tables, gyrate. It was over, got snatches. We got it. Alright, bitch. Brilliant, master, nearly there, but I'm out there. Repeat at the tables, gyrate. It was over, got snatches. We got it. Alright, bitch. Never mind, let me try this. Crazy old time, we're faded. Yeah, the success has got people hating. I'm getting back, this won't get to the cake. And in the first minute, already amazing. Be listen and take a good lesson, cause what you won't do for the thinking and listen. Even if it isn't a minute, so fitting. If someone should comment that shit and you bit it. How was that Michael and I thought you lied? How are you, Michael?
Yeah, I'm doing alright.
How could you even explain to me why you're such a new player? No good as a lie. Let's rewind to the Mike fiasco. You put that idea to Astro. Thought it was speeches and threw extra PC. Now both from pieces, that's bad, yo. Ain't no worries. So many scraps, so many unheard stories. Heard a lot of them through hut. Like none of them then you gave up. This one's a fake out and that one's a fake out, and then it all makes out to be. Oasis, I'm able to tree. But you even a natural retreat.
Like, you beatbox one?
Shut up!
So anyone watching this is my last beatbox, bro. Yeah, I think you would already knew this. Fuck. Yeah, I can't think of anything to say. Okay, just get to it.
How many screenshots with stuff? How many gon' care about the whole that shit? You don't want to smell like us. Mostly feature stuff. How the fuck we admit it, yes, doing so much, but he do it like once, he still kick your butt, yeah. What are you doing so much on new stuff when it ain't that rough? And they got you now looking like a fool. Feel like I'm let's go. I imagine how bad you must have sucked, cause your man was fucking you up like that. If I hadn't made my point clear around you, then I don't know what else to say about you. Now I know what else to get out you. Doctor, no, you gotta get my spot set up. Dog some dice, tell me how you ain't fit up. If you ask me how much good this year, I'm better, I'm better, I'm better.
Incest win, says fellas, cause in love is your giving. If they down, it should be legal, I hear. I'm better, I'm better, I'm better, I'm better, I'm better.
You love them less, EBTC. You were generous, so some songs are green. And the baby, no money, no time to release. Oh, what a good day for me to say. My lashes against the sooner rain. Keep it up, but you look like it. This shit's fire, yeah, 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 no. You still ain't that the things I'm so. That was only cause you Xander. You're looking like a dingus, call you Ender.
That's the end of the beatbox. Michael, no more beatbox. I'm so full. Okay, but what if I add Popeyes in my beatbox?
Don't even get me started on Popeye.
Papa, that's why we took it so hard, brother.
I'm already done.
Well, that's weird. So, before we do any judging, update the penguin shaving counter. I shaved like 5 minutes ago for this episode. Mason, if you don't know what the shaving counter is, or like what we're at right now, keep this in the video, by the way. If you don't know what we're at, just guess. I don't give a fuck, dude. It's been a long time. I also cut myself shaving for the first time ever. It actually didn't hurt like at all. I thought it would. I was like really scared when I was younger. I'm like, I'm gonna shave and I'm gonna cut myself so much it's gonna hurt. Never did until now, and like, I mean, I felt it. I was like, oh, I think I cut myself, but like, it didn't hurt at all. I just felt it go on my skin. Anyways, I guess we can just get into the scores now. Ledge versus Mikey. Mikey, if I have said VF is a dead name for those who don't know. He's Mikey now. He's Mikey now. If I said VF at the start, or if I say VF again at any point, Mason, I want, keep this all in the video, by the way. I want you to censor me. I'm gonna say Mikey right now. Mikey. If I say VF, take that, what I just said, and replace it with Mikey. We're not going dead name him here. I've been slipping up on his new name for those who don't know. Ledge, vocals, 17 out of 20. So, this is mixed, but it's mainly positive. So firstly, the singing, which is great. I think the singing is just really good. So it's calm, which fits really well for this style, in my opinion. But with that being said, it's still really emotional, and it sounds really good. The layering is also huge here. There's super good harmonies the whole way through, but there's also some super good high notes here as well. Everything is consistent, the vocal range is impressive, the notes are impressive. And then everything comes together really well, and this is honestly perfect for the beatbox. With that being said, there is one rap verse here, and I do think the rap vocals aren't the best. I don't find them like inherently offensive, but I don't think they're great either. So firstly, I don't think the delivery is that great on them. I think Ledge is putting on a really exaggerated tone for the rapping, and that doesn't really fit that well here. And the delivery is just straight up kind of weak as well on top of that. The layering is still great, but this is still an unfortunate issue as a whole. It's also worth mentioning that the presets here just aren't really that great for rapping either. So now, luckily, while this is not great for the category, it's only one verse for the entire beatbox, and while it's bad enough to warrant a -3, surely, it's not that bad. It could have been worse. So overall, great vocals, and this is mainly vocals, so very good category in the long run. Lyrics, 16 out of 20. Ledge really quantified the bypasses here. So, despite that one lyric, yeah, you know the one, this as a whole is just really good. So firstly, the roast, I do think Mikey is somewhat hard to roast, and this has some really hard stuff in it. Apparently the line with Mike showing his meat to someone is true. What the fuck? I think this beatbox is consistently good with the roast, and I find this to be a very well-researched beatbox. So yeah, that's good. The only part of the lyrics I have issues with is with the writing at some points. I think this is like a majorly good category, but it has a handful of flawed lyrics here. And like some of these lyrics are just really bad. For what's good, this is mostly consistently good. So most lines have really good connections between lyrics, mainly with wordplay. So this becomes an extremely smooth flowing beatbox. The bars and most lyrics on their own are just great as well. The issue is really just like a good few lines are flawed, not to a big degree, but it is noticeable. So firstly, as like a less offensive example, this bar. So there's a lot here with only 2 real roasts, because a lot of this is just saying words just to have better flow. This kind of drags out these roasts for me, and it does feel sort of forced. Bypass is quantified. This line isn't even that bad, but like I don't know why you would ever want to word it this way. So the reason why this is specifically as an example is because this is how most of the problematic lines are here. They aren't like that bad, don't get me wrong, but you could have wrote a better bar. It's not inherently bad all the way, but like you could have written a roast like this so much better than you did. Like, why would you describe it as telling him to moan for you? Come on. There's also this one, I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. I wanted to go easy on this. I'd be lying if I said that this definitely didn't deduct an extra point on its own. Because, like, look, I get it. You're just trying to be funny or whatever, or what Ledge says, to balance out Mikey being racist. Which, by the way, the fact that he's playing it off like that, the reason, him saying that that's the reason for it in the beatbox, even if it's really just to be a joke, which I'm hopeful that that's what it is, just saying that that's why you said that completely invalidates any other roast that you have about him being racist. Or really anything. So not only is this line fucking terrible, when you put it this way, it kind of invalidates some of his other lines as well. I don't fucking know why you would put this in the beatbox. I think it's just to be funny. I really do. So I want to go easy on it. And I am going a bit easy on it, in all fairness. But like, bruh. Anyway. So obviously these are not the only examples for the entire beatbox. But these show the point. And I will say there's not very many you could get past this, because in all fairness, it's still a good category. But yeah, there's still more, but these are like the main ones that come to mind, or they just portray the issues I have with the beatbox the best. So overall, the roasts here are great, and the writing is just good. It's consistently great, but it does get held back by a few lines, just being a little underwhelming. That together makes me feel like maybe like 17-ish, but like then you get like the ice lyric in here, and also, what the fuck? So I'm giving it like a 16. I think a 16 is fair for this category. So beatboxing, this is going to be a bit of a hear me out, because it got an 18 out of 20. So Heel Zipper! Yes! So anyway, I know looking at this, you might be a bit confused at first. Ledge, 18? Why did he get an 18? Well, we'll get into that. So don't get me wrong, this is still incredibly good, especially with the raw beatboxing and skill. This is still incredibly good, especially with the raw beatboxing and the skill. So for the sounds, Ledge uses inward bass a lot. As we said, he uses zipper, inward polyphonic. So a polyphonic is a pretty cool, 2 notes at once. Ledge uses an inward polyphonic. So instead of like a, it's like a, but he uses like a really low one specifically. So instead of like a, it's like a. So now mine is not exactly the same as Ledge's. He has a different texture for it than I do. So that's not 100%, but it is the same sound. Apart from that, it's mainly a lot of like really technical beatboxing. And honestly, there's probably more sounds than that. I'm gonna just be straight up in the video though. Forgot to write it in the doc. We'll go over that. On top of all of that, the skill is fucking crazy. All of the combos are insane. All of the sounds are used like in the combos. Like he'll be like fucking doing like some big old tech combo, and then he'll start like using like stutter inward polys. Like that's probably not as good as how he did it, but like whatever. Like it's fucking crazy. Again, I could be more specific. I forgot to write it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I will. On top of this, Ledge uses really advanced mixing to make his own sounds. So an example being the 8-bit sounding beatboxing through the beatbox. So mainly at the ending, by the way. So I'm actually going to pull up BandLab, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. So here is what I'm talking about when I say that the mixing is used to make crazy. It's to make its own sounds. And Ledge probably don't want me to show this because it sounds kind of weird without all the mixing, but we're going to for the sake of judging. So here it is. Here's this. That's tough. That's tough as nails. What do you think that is? What do you think that sound is? Probably not what it actually is. I'm gonna put on this fucking beatbox filter. And now listen. That's probably not what you were expecting, was it? So, that's a good example of what I mean by he used mixing to make his own unique noises. So anyway, what you're probably wondering from that is like, how the fuck did this get an 18? Obviously, you can hear that the sounds are there. Obviously, the usage is insane as well. Now that is true. On paper, the usage sounds awesome. It looks awesome. And it is. But the thing is, at the rap verse, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go back. It's the rap verse.
Never like you over me, but I don't listen to him now, so how about you move for me? Girls tell me I can't do that. Somebody's got a balance, like a shady Saturday come back. So now this will be around where we got so this is Medicaid, cause Mikey in a battle, work as well as living still again.
So here's the thing, that just doesn't sound good. The layer on itself, the layer all by itself is fine. But the issue is, and I'm sure you could hear it just by listening to it, because it just doesn't sound good. I don't think that you should be doing a fast combo like this over really fast rapping because it just clutters together and it's just a mesh of noise. It sounds cluttered. You are listening to so many things at the exact same time, but they just blend together. Not in a good way. They don't like blend together and make some like big symphony. It's just a bunch of different noises going into your ears all at once. And the thing is, this is further amplified because you can see 0, 0. I didn't even, sorry, I moved it. Oh, 0.7. But same fucking thing. Same fucking thing. The noise is so, the volume is so similar that it's like, they're literally basically the same fucking volume on top of that. They blend together and they're like, it's just noise. It's just noise. This verse is so bad. This verse is all the issues I have with the beatboxes. I already said I don't like the vocals here, and I really don't like the beatboxing here. Again, it's good on its own. It is. But, like, it just does not sound good over everything. It does not. It's just a jumbled mess. It's a mess. That's what it is. It's a mess. And Ledge is so good. We saw that he is so good at beatboxing, and he is so good at putting it in his beatboxes. So why? Why is this what you did? Why did you do this? With that being said, this is the only issue I have with it. We already looked at the ending. It's incredible. The beatboxing at every other part is incredible. It's basically the same as the ending, just calmer because it's not the priority. It's so good. And then there's this verse, and it's ass. Overall, it's incredible as always, but this is such a hurtful portion of the beatbox. It ruins this part as a whole. And this part's fairly long, too. So, like, I can only give it an 18 because I really think that the big reason that this verse is as bad as it is for me is because of the beatboxing. So, yeah, I have to deduct it. Anyway, my apologies for not really going over the sounds very well. It'll be in the doc. I'm sorry, but I'm sure you can understand even without it. Host apologies because I'm probably not going to record this. Flow. 18 out of 20. Straightforward, but it's really solid. This is just a melodic song with a very solid rap verse. I've been dissing on the rap verse, but the flow of it is good, and we're only looking at the flow. The melodic parts, in all fairness, are actually fairly complex. They're from the original song, but absolutely did not need to be changed. So this is a good start, and this is how things are for most of the beatbox. But there's also a fairly impressive rap verse, like I said, which is fully original. So I'm not a fan of this part of the beatbox as a whole, but again, the flow is fairly good. So it's fast, fairly impressive, that's really about it. Overall, I don't have much more to say. It's just good and it's impressive, and I don't have any real issues with the flow. Plus 3 other. So I actually have a Google Drive video I sent to Mason going over all of this, so Mason, just play it. Ledge other, because there's fucking a lot. Okay, firstly, this shit with the instrumental, probably wondering what the hell is going on here. I mean, that's pretty much it for the whole time. It's just looping itself, fucking around with itself in order to create room for a beat drop. Which, if you heard the beat drop, yeah, it kind of does a whole lot. No, that's not it. That's not all. This is already 1 point, as is, but there's two other points to go for. And that brings us to this, the sampler. This is an added instrument, just as a whole, to the beatbox. Yep, that melody came from Ledge. This is not part of the instrumental as is, which I really thought it was. Especially because of how it just fits in like fucking butter, dude. Let me show you that. Like that. I just burped. That fucking goes in. That's already another point, but then sampling Mikey. So I can tell you already, this is sampled from his PFY, which you can see here anyway, where he's going like bum, 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 da 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 da. Yeah, this is used not only just as like a fuck you to Mikey, but it also like it's audible. There's been 2 other beatboxes to do this before, but this is actually audible. You can hear it, and it adds to the melody. overall, everything sounds way different with this stuff being added than it does otherwise. Also, this isn't the only part with the instrumental being changed up. It's also just being looped around and having places switched around throughout the whole beatbox. Which, I mean, no real point to look at it. You can kind of see it already as it's all. It's just being swapped around, being looped at times, just to add more places for Ledge to do more stuff. So, like, that is a pretty important thing. All this stuff equivalents to +2. Then another +1. That is +3 other. Welcome back for my video, everybody. Welcome back. That brings us to a total of 72 out of 80 and high A for Ledge. So now we can go on to Mikey, not Mikey. Vocals, 19 out of 20. This is just genuinely a really good category, to be real. This is incredibly straightforward, and it's just rap. It's just rap, and these rap vocals are great. So the delivery is really good, strong, and very consistent. The layering is incredible with all the harmonies, and it comes together great. Those layers also have really impressive pitching, and this is extra impressive with how fast the beatbox is. It's hard to get synced up harmonies as good as this is whenever that's the case. And that's pretty much literally it. This beatbox is just one thing, and the one thing is really good. There is a verse that sounds a bit too breathy, but this is like the only real nitpick. This is a great category. That's just about it. So lyrics, which is an 18 out of 20. This is just really good. So firstly, the rows, which are great. On one hand, I will say that these are a tad weak for the standards of roast that you could have against Ledge. And this does prevent me from saying these could be like a 19 or so. But with that being said, these roasts are almost entirely new or unused material against Ledge. So I can absolutely defend this, even though it is still a bit relevant for me. So with that being said, these are still super strong, even with that. And this does stay consistent for every roast. And while this isn't the absolute peak of what you can have, this is a great category. The writing here, absolutely the peak of the beatbox as well. Because these are honestly insane. So firstly, the writing is just cracked as a whole. The bars in each individual line are great, and this is some crazy wordplay. This beatbox also does a great job at making sure each lyric connects well to the next one, so this beatbox has a super smooth flow for the entire beatbox. This also has one of the only straight up double entendres in the community in the chorus. So that's fucking awesome. So obviously, of course, the Dr. Mario roast from beforehand being brought up, but also the absurd amount of dogs on Ledge as a person. The fact that the chorus has this good of writing and roast is incredibly respectable as well. So as for the rest of the positives here, I really don't think finding specific examples is all that necessary, because these come up literally constantly. So what holds this back from a 20, of course, is the thing I mentioned with the roast, but what's holding this back from a 19 is two small things. So firstly, in the last verse, the roasts do start to feel a bit random and one after another, but this is a very small complaint as it only happens for like a few bars. There's also just two straight bad lyrics, being these two. So both of these are just not true. He did not talk to Faded, and that is also not how he broke those two things. So these are just two roasts of many. They're just wrong, and that sucks. But that's it. That's the only real problematic roast for the beatbox. Well, there is another one. He also disses Ledge for saying this is his last tourney, or one of his last tourneys, at least. But he says the same thing about himself in this beatbox. Like, I think my theory is he's trying to make fun of Popcorn TV for when he did it. But like, you're still being a bit of a hypocrite. Come on, man. These are the only real flaws that I have with the beatbox. It's very minuscule, but altogether, it does make me feel like I should remove an extra point on top of that one from roast. So overall, this is incredible. I think this had 20 potential had these things not been an issue. But this is still a very great category. So beatboxing, 16 out of 20. Not much to say. This is pretty much as straightforward as you can get. It's just basics and tongue bass, and it's used pretty great. This is mainly just tech, and it's fairly good. So there's no combo exactly crazy, but it's good and does what it set out to do. There's some slight inward drag tech, but this isn't that crazy as well. It's just good. So this is pretty much it for the skill set, but the usage is great. It's really just all this put together over the beat, but it's matched pretty perfectly. It flows into the beat well, and it honestly adds quite a bit. I will say the beatboxing could have been a bit stronger to really help this, but this is still just good without the issue. I have nothing else to say. This is just good at each aspect. So 16. Then flow is a 20. This is a very obvious 20 for me because this is just one of the best flows so far. This is all rap. It's very fast rap and has really intricate patterns the whole way through. This goes even for the chorus and especially the verses. So the verses are super complex, but also entirely original. This is true from every part that is just from the song as well. So this is executed flawlessly without a single flaw. I kind of repeated myself there, but that's how I wrote it in the doc. But you know what? It's funny. We're keeping that. So I don't have much more to say because this is just the one thing the whole way through, and it's great. The original flows transition to the song perfectly as well. So this is honestly crazy. It's a very, very impressive category and an easy 20. And lastly, other is a 0. There's very small instrumental work, but they're not exactly too relevant to the beatbox. So like, I see it, but I can't really give a point for it. So overall, that's a 73 out of 80 and a high A. Congratulations on winning, Mikey. But yeah, I think this is our last round 3. So I guess I'll see you guys in round 4, everybody. Thank you.